Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. And now something on a totally different note. I'm going to talk about the speech from the throne that was spoke to by the Honourable Russ Morasti, our Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan. And it's about growth that works for everyone. First thing I do and have to do is, like many of my colleagues on both sides of the House have done, is thank the people that helped get me here. Usually I start with my family, but this time I'm going to start with my constituency assistants, because I may have forgot them in the past with my lengthy list. So first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Simone. She's been with me now for a couple of years. It's not just Simone that is part of it. It is Theo, her son, and Nigel, her husband. It's almost, we're a small family in my office, and we all work very well together. She's the face that's most people see 90% of the time when they come into my office, and it's always got a smile on her face. And when people stop me in the street or give me a call and they say, Simone does a fantastic job, she really cares. So thank you, Simone. However, I've picked up an old new employee. I had a lady that worked for me a while ago, but her husband got posted to under the mountain down there in Colorado. So he was working with the Space Cadets, I think the States called them after Trump started them. So Sherry's been working for me before. She worked for me when I was president of the Métis. She worked with me on my campaign. She's worked in my office before. And she does a great job. She has a heart for this province like very few I've seen. Her family has deep roots on the Métis side, and I think we figured out we're probably fourth or fifth cousins if you go back far enough on the Caplet and Blondo side. Somewhere along the line we're related, but it's a long ways away. Next, I want to thank my family, and I'll do the best I can without cracking up. Usually I get a little weepy and might get a lump in my throat, but I think I'll get through it this time. I've got Ryan and Macy out in Manitoba, and I think Charlie and Walker are watching. So hi guys, good to see ya. Love you guys, miss you, wish you were back here. But Ryan and Macy, they are part of my anchor. When I got to get away, I either go to Mom and Dad's place, who I can't thank enough, or out to the farm. When I go out to the farm in southwestern Manitoba, it's only 10 miles across the border. If everybody remembers, a few years back, there was that municipality in Manitoba that wanted to separate. That's where my boy is. He moved into the right part of Manitoba. They actually want to join Saskatchewan. Not that we're looking to annex any of Manitoba, but, you know, wouldn't be a bad idea. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. We're not annexing anybody, and I apologize. Then there's Dylan and his girlfriend, Monica, and Kaylee and Derek. They're my grandkids and Moose Jaw's parents. And like they say, my grandkids are lucky. They got two dads, two moms. And that's Jordison, Jackson, and Attica. I get to spend a lot of time with them. Dylan gets them just about every other weekend. And I always get to spend time with them when he's got the kids. And sometimes even when they come down the street, because they just moved to the end of the block on the next block down. So Jordy comes down and visits me quite often. Mom and Dad, I mentioned them. I wouldn't probably be doing this still without them, but they're good salt of the earth folks that grew up working in the oil field and down in that Estevan area, and it was nothing to work 10, 12, 14, however long days to get the rig moved and take it from one spot to put it in the other. And that work ethic has carried forward into this job where I can sit up till 10:30 and we're back here first thing in the morning. Luckily, I don't have to do it for 182 days straight like I did when I was working in the oil field, but I was a much, much younger man way back then. Much. Then I've got some friends that have become family over the last couple of years that have got me through some special times, and that's Brett and Brenda. You know exactly who you are. We've got Clint and Jen, good friends, very good friends, and Jen even works here now. We've got Mel and Velvet. There's been some times in the last couple of years where things haven't been all that great during COVID, and these people help me keep everything together. And if anybody noticed, I have a constant companion. He's not here in the house with me, but his name's Oliver, and that's my service dog. I get to work with him every day, and I want to thank the folks at Audiamus who work with me every week to get our bond closer together. Ollie's a good dog. He loves everybody, but he likes me best. Now for some other things. I can't say this with a smile on my face, but the thing that happened out at James Smith Cree Nation, that rocked everybody in the province. Hurt everybody to the core. Scared people that could happen in our province. I had friends phoning me, where is he, what's going on, have they caught him? And this went on for a couple of days. So I can't imagine what my friend from Melfort felt when he was there. I don't know if I could have done it. My heart isn't that strong anymore. But my prayers and condolences, and I can't say anything else than we as government are going to be there to help you heal, doing what we can do. Then there's our Queen. We lost our Queen, and I got the oath of allegiance that I swore when I first got elected, and I remember I was between two giants. One was a giant in the party, which was Mr. Ken Kravets, who was the deputy leader at that time, one of the founding members of the Sask Party, and then the other one was a former rider, and I know we're not supposed to name him, but it goes in alphabetical order, and he's the Minister for Social Services now. So there's Ken on this side, little old Greg, and then there's this great big minister from Social Services on the other side, two giants. And I swore the oath of allegiance with, I, Greg Lawrence, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of Canada, her heirs and successors, so help me God. I swore that oath. That's not the only oath I swore to the Queen. When I swore my oath as a military member, I swore it to the Queen of Canada. We lost somebody very special that loved our country very much. And I will swear the oath of allegiance to His Majesty after he gets crowned. You explain how it was after he gets crowned. And if and when the people of Moose Jaw Waccamaw elect me after the next election, because I'm not done yet, as the Sask Party's not done being in government yet, and I plan on continuing working hard for the people of Moose Jaw Waccamaw that I'm honored to serve, so I want to thank them for putting me here for a third time. My last round of thank yous won't take near as long, and I'm not tracking my time, so somebody's going to have to let me know. We've got some new people in our caucus office, and they're the ones that keep the majority of the MLAs that sit back here on track. We've got Shelby, who's our new comms officer. We've got Leanne and Jana, who are our new admins. We've got Ange Curry, who is new to us, but not new to this building, and she's one of the reasons I get to do this. I talked to her first about running for the party. Geez, that'd be all the way back in 2009, 2010, somewhere in there, quite a while ago. And then we've got Chris Rasmussen, who I used to sometimes dread talking to because he was a reporter, and he was absolutely fantastic when he did that job. Now he's on our side and doing a much better job there. And then we've got Kim as well, who works in there, and Marta. So, on to growth that works for everyone. And you have to start off with the strong economy. And that strong economy is what provides the fuel for the engine that drives the economy of this province. In this province, if we didn't have a block in Ottawa, or several blocks in Ottawa, we would be driving the economy of the nation. We've got the lowest unemployment. We've got great growth coming into this province. And I want to talk to you about that growth. And it is unfortunate that we can't grow faster. And one of the reasons we can't grow faster is we don't have enough people to work. My friend Brett owns an electric company in Moose Jaw, and he has been constantly advertising for electricians for the last 6 months, and he can't fill it. He can't fill it. He's got more work than he can, well, not more work than he can handle, but he's back on the tools. So, you know, if there's any electricians out there, give me a call. I'll point you in Brett's direction. I've got plumbers that are looking for people to work with, carpenters, across the board. And these are good paying jobs, very good paying jobs. People forgot that the trades are what build our country. And luckily we have Sask Poly and Moose Jaw and across the province reaching out, providing those young people the training it takes to get them to work in our province. And we heard the numbers earlier today, like 92, 94%. That's absolutely amazing, and it's people mostly staying in our province nowadays, not leaving like years in the past. So part of that strong economy, we have the world's largest mining company building a mine and accelerating it. Yes, they were building it before the atrocity that's happening in the Ukraine right now by a socialist government. I'm not sure. He's not communist, socialist, whatever it is. Socialism is not good when they invade another country. Not good at all. So we've also opened up our borders to as many of our friends from the Ukraine that we can. And we've had 3 plane loads full land here. There's more being planned, and they're moving right into the communities with the help of our member from Kenora Pelly. And I've heard him speak a little bit of Ukrainian, and I don't understand it all, but I know it's good because he says it with a smile. And I want to welcome all those people from Ukraine here, as well as all our newcomers. In Moose Jaw, we have a very thriving new Chinese immigration population there. Businesses are popping up all over town, everything from car parts to jewelry stores to selling chains, small engines, small engine repair. I've taken it to the one on South Hill a few times because I might forget to change the oil in my lawnmower, so I take it there and get them to do it in the fall. That thriving population wouldn't come without growth. Without growth, we wouldn't be able to pay for the things that we need to pay to help out the people that are less fortunate. So I'm going to skip ahead here a bit so I don't forget about this, because this is important to me. There's two. There's the government 4-point plan, action plan, to add more than 1,000 healthcare professionals of all kinds across our province. Now that's a good news, not only for northern Saskatchewan or our small rural towns, but in places like Moose Jaw. I talk to nurses as well, and I talk to doctors as well, and I hear how hard they work. We know how hard they work. We're looking to find those people. However, if the negativity is all that's out there on the airwaves, it's going to be really hard to recruit people to actually come and work in these industries if all they hear is a constant complaining. The people I talk to are like, yes, we love our job. Yes, we're tired. Yes, we're going to keep working. Yes, it'll be nice when your government actually does what they say they're going to do, because that's what we do here in the government of Saskatchewan with the Sask Party leading it. We do what we say we're going to do. So that's what helps make growth for everyone. Oh, train. Right, training. Recruiting is one. Training is the next one. So accelerated training and licensing for our international nurses. 150 new nurse training seats in the province. Oh, wow. And, okay, good. I'll finish off with this. Incentivize, and this was on, there's this Facebook group in Moose Jaw that I occasionally look at, and it's called MJ Talks. And somebody actually put on there, we need to incentivize nurses and doctors to come to small towns like Moose Jaw. Well, up to $50,000 in incentives for hard-to-recruit positions, mainly in rural areas. Now, a lot of people don't consider Moose Jaw a rural area, but as I point out to the Minister of Rural and Remote Health, it's in his bundle of the hospitals he takes care of, not the Minister of Health. So I expect a lot of those positions, well, I'll share, but I represent people of Moose Jaw, Waccamaw, and my friend from Moose Jaw North will support me with getting as many of those professionals there as we can. We've got 100 new full-time positions and 150 part-time positions moving to full-time for high-demand professions in rural Saskatchewan. We've heard of some of the emergency rooms that are opening back up in rural Saskatchewan. Yes, there's more work to be done, but we're not afraid of putting our nose to the grindstone and getting that work done. And that is growth that works for everyone because it's Saskatchewan. And one last thing before I sit down, because I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the Great Plains Power Station being built in Moose Jaw. Now, talking to Swift Current before, when it was built in Swift Current, the millions upon millions of dollars that flowed into the city with people renting there, staying in hotels, eating in restaurants, buying in our grocery stores. And that's not counting the 85%, I don't have the numbers, more than 80% of the people that work there are from Saskatchewan, with a good chunk of them coming from Moose Jaw. And that is growth that works for everyone. But as my whip has pointed out, I am at the end of my speech, even though I have to leave half of it out, but that's fine. So I will be supporting the Motion made by the MLA from Wallshakers and seconded by the member from Athabasca, and I will not be supporting the opposition motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.